A very good evening, viewer, and thank you for tuning in to the NILEcast on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories this evening, let's have a look at what's happening in the headlines tonight. In the headlines tonight, arrest central authorities trash corruption allegations against town clerk. Over 1,200 Dr. D beneficiaries in Ajimani awarded certificates. And Mvara SS returns from National Ball Games in Soroti. This and more in the NILEcast News Bulletin. It's the 20th of July 2024. You're most welcome to the NILEcast on West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines today. A section of both the political and technical leaders in Arua Central Division, Arua City, have come out to castigate and dismiss corruption allegations levied against Dramaku Malik, the town clerk of Arua Central Division, by one concerned citizen and corruption castigator Obindu Jackson, who is also eyeing the mayorship race. Take a look.
A section of both the political and technical leaders in Central Division in Arua City have come out to castigate and dismiss corruption allegations levied against Dramaku Malik, the town clerk of Central Division, by one concerned citizen and the corruption crusader Obindu Jackson, who is also eyeing the mayorship race, which has been making rounds via social media. This follows the recent scandal that happened at Gaga Textile Market over the session's elections, which was disrupted. In an interview with the self-proclaimed corruption activist Obindu Jackson on why he posted the video on social media, he explains the suspected corruption allegations at the Gaga Textile Market in terms of declarations of the revenue generated from the facility.
But this is it. Let people look here. Gaga Textile Market has 145 soaps. If each soap is paying 200,000, how much is that? Per month is 29 million. So in a year, they pay around 348 million. Then, last time when Journalist tried to interview him, he said the money they remit to central government was 270 million. That is the soaps alone. What about the pitches? Pitches which are in front and pitches which are behind. There are 866 pitches. These pitches in front, they give 20,000 per pitch. And then those ones which are behind, they give 10,000. If you multiply that, so the money comes close to $1 billion. Gaga does not only comprise of, is not only hawker, but comprises of where these boys are railway, recover boys, up to opposite former KCB Bank.
Obindu, however, expressed dismay by the way the Central Division authorities have reacted to his demand for accountability.
As a citizen, I have the right, one, to demand for accountability. Two, as a taxpayer, I have the right to also demand for accountability. Town clerk of Arua Central Division is the accounting officer in Arua Central Division. So in any case, anything happens here, he's the accounting officer. So I was right to ask him, then to express my opinion in that manner, so that I could demand for accountability.
Lomori Victor, the Deputy Speaker of Central Division, quashed the allegations levied against the town clerk in the social media video posted on TikTok and other media platforms.
I just want to add my voice on the video that was made by one so-called youth activist and corruption activist, Obindu Jackson, who made erroneous statements in the video about our town clerk and about council. And the statements that he made are very unfortunate, they are unfounded, they are not accurate, they are not correct, they are not proper. I don't know where he went and got his information from, but I find it very damaging, because you cannot say somebody is eating money when you cannot prove when you cannot substantiate.
Meanwhile, Oshuga Rashul, the Speaker of Arua Central Division, also refuted the accusations as he asked Owindo to use the right channel in demanding for accountability.
As I speak now, in the financial year 2023-2024, Gaga Textile Market, together with the rentals, we have managed to raise now 341 million. This is in record. The records are there, and I will really implore people like Mr. Owindo Jackson, if they want to get more knowledge, they should come to our offices. These offices are public offices. They should come to these offices so that they avail proper information, other than tarnishing someone's image, which is an offense according to the laws of Uganda.
Meanwhile, Ezamaham Mizamil, the Deputy Resident City Commissioner in charge of Central Division, also cautioned the intention of Owindo for sharing the video.
Talking about corruption is within our mandate. We are supposed to fight those who are corrupt, and we are supposed to fight corruption. Now, there are also procedures used to identify who is corrupt and who is not corrupt. So I don't know what perimeter he had used to determine is the corruption, but according to me, that was a malice, and it is to spoil someone's reputation with the ill intent.
The disagreement between the town clerk and the traders traces back about 3 weeks ago, when Drakma Malik, the town clerk, demanded for fresh polls at the Gaga Textile Market over irregularities that marred the previous elections of the session, which was protested by the angry traders. Farish Majid, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile TV, Nalcast.
At least 1,250 beneficiaries have been awarded certificates after undergoing a series of training on how to manage a Dr. D project and how to benefit from it. The certificates were awarded as an appreciation for the participation. Onzima Alan reports more.
Following the training on the livelihood support program conducted by FEM Consults and the Development Response to Displacement Impact Project, Dr. Deep in refugee hosting communities and settlements, with funding from World Bank to boost entrepreneurship and business skills, as humanity, beneficiaries were given certificate of participation. During the closing ceremony at Paridi Stadium on Thursday, 18th July 2024, Dr. Emmanuel A. Gage, consultant in system and management, appealed to the beneficiaries to always make use of the existing opportunities in the environment around them for development.
The first appeal is that we should be able to look at the environment around us and pick from that environment what is it that is beneficial. And the environment around us includes the following: the people near us. Then we have also the natural resources. Then we also have what we call the infrastructure, the built resources. Now, these are all enablers. So we need to be looking at the enablers and see what is it that is there in the environment that we can base on to move forward. That's number one appeal. The second appeal is that people should always dream in such a manner that the dreams will be able to make them succeed more or become better than they were. That is the second appeal I make. Members to be people who can always think about something that is going to come, something that's going to happen, something that can be developed.
He also appeals to people to be creative and think about things that will benefit them in the future by starting it now.
They should not delay to put into practice what they have learned. Because the moment you delay to put in practice what you have learned, other forces come in and other priorities come in. So immediately, once they leave, before even they leave, they should start thinking of what they're going to do. The moment they reach where they reach, their communities are, they should immediately start by making sure that every detail they have been given is translated into practice.
Dr. Peter Taban, the resident district commissioner, Ajumani, calls on the beneficiaries to transfer the knowledge to the other members of the community who are not able to attend such trainings.
This has been the best time for all of you who have come. Thank you so much for coming. And come again. I know your time here. Very big change to the people of Ajuma. You are few who came. You have taught few. And few will go and teach the many.
The livelihood support program component is targeting about 4,500 beneficiaries, of which Ajumani has 1,250 beneficiaries who underwent training, and the rest are in Lamu and the Bongi district. Peace Ushaki, Jim Allen, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the district stakeholders, together with Food for the Hungry, a Christian-based organization funded by Transform Aid International, sat to discuss issues concerning the marginalized vulnerability of both refugees and host communities. Take a look.
Ajumani district stakeholders, together with Food for the Hungry, a Christian-based organization funded by Transform Aid International, sat to discuss the issues concerning the marginalized, vulnerable, both the refugees and the host communities. This was during the meeting held at a boardroom in Ajumani district local government headquarters with implementing partners supporting the refugees. Edem Richard, the Assistant Senior Principal Chief Administrative Officer Ajumani, applauded the members of the consortium for the interventions in various areas like livelihoods of the increasing population, thus leading to self-sustainability for both refugees and host communities.
As we speak now, according to the Office of the Prime Minister's report, we have around 235,000 refugees in Ajumani district. And according to UBA's projection and the census report, we are around 245,000 hosts. So therefore, we are 50-50. As we speak now, since 2017, we have been implementing interventions, and through the funding coming from UP, that in early we are able to set up a child youth center to address challenges facing this category of people. You are well aware we have the refugee population, and mostly the population I've mentioned mostly are women and children. So this intervention that we have been providing has really helped us a lot. First of all, we invested these resources that we're getting from you in the area of livelihood. When we talk about livelihood, we want to produce enough that can sustain the population, that is both host and refugee population.
Reverend Melissa Lipsech, the director of Food for the Hungry, the implementing partners of the district, said they want to improve on the nutrition of children and also change the mindset of the people for development.
But to thank you for your good work in those areas of food security, in food and nutrition, in clean, fresh water, in child rights, in inclusion, in equality, in livelihoods, in peacemaking, very important, and in changing mindsets. Indeed, whilst these individual interventions are very important, as Dorothy has already mentioned, that mindset change that leads to systems change.
Honorable Anyama Ben, the district LC5 chairperson Ajumani, thanked the partners for their collaborative support they have ushered to the people and said it has helped to reduce on the food prices in the district, thus giving food at an affordable prices.
Because of the intervention of the Food for the Hungry, I want to report to you, Madam President, that this year the price of food remains static. It cannot go up, it cannot go down because of the intervention. Because last year and some years, the price of maize in the fight this time is about 1,000 something. But for now, it has remained 400, 300, meaning this intervention has helped a lot.
Mr. Data Peter Taban, the resident district commissioner, Ajumani said there has been good security for the implementing partners, adding that the help came at a time when the refugees need their support because most of the donors are withdrawing their support from Uganda towards the refugees.
They made a big presence, and that has been the role that they play to see that whatever activity they perform goes in line with their security, personal security. As all of you are aware, the donor community is already tired, money is dwindling, and programs are changing. World Food Program is reducing food, but this all pose some challenges which needs more interventions And these interventions come through ways of support that comes from organizations like Food for Hunger.
According to statistics from the Office of the Prime Minister in charge of Refugees Affairs, indicates that the total number of refugees is almost half of the local in Ajuman district, with most of them in the dire need of support. Peace Ushoki, Njima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Welcome for the last edition of Nile Casting News for this week. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. This is West Nile Television. Still, Nilecast Sports continues to be under the umbrella of the biggest of it called Nile Casting News. And so many things continues to happen in the world of sports. I can confirm to you after Copa America and also after European Championship, the focus now turns to club friendlies. As I talk right now, Manchester United is actually for a friendly up against a team that is from Scotland called Rangers. Earlier on, we saw the team of Spurs beating out Dasi Ethiopia by 2-0. And also, we are into a busy season of summer transfer window. Before we talk about that, let's first kickstart our discussion with what has happened within the country, particularly in West Nile region and at Mvarasine Secondary School. Of course, they have returned home from the just concluded national ball games that was hosted in Soroti City after having improved performance compared to the previous seasons. And Mvara was the only side from West Nile region that at least went with the participants that represented the school in different sporting activities. That was netball, volleyball, basketball, and also they sent some participants to represent the region in athletic championship. Let's briefly take a look at the highlights of the story.
Mvarasine Secondary School finally returns home from the just concluded national ball games that was hosted by Teso College in Soroti. The school traveled with netball team, volleyball team, and lastly basketball team, and some athletes at the school also traveled to represent West Nile region in athletic championship, in which they managed to register genius performances compared to the past seasons. Mawa James Wanzima, the games teacher at Mvarasine Secondary School, highlighted the public about how things transpired in Soroti and urges parents to encourage their learners to impress sports.
The students did their best and they played very well. When you look at basketball girls category, they were in position 8. And for the boys who just went for basketball for the first time, they were able to do their best. Volleyball last year, the boys went, they played very well, and this year we were able to give them another opportunity. And then the girls last year played volleyball, but they didn't go for nationals. This time they were able to go. The girls played very wonderful netball. Out of 80 teams that went, they were number 41, which is not very bad. We want to thank the head teacher for having fielded 4 different teams into national games. That's not a very simple thing.
He further urges the stakeholders not to just wait for seasons to play some of these ball games, and also appeal to stakeholders to develop some of the sporting facilities such as basketball courts.
Problem as West Nileans is that we play these games when the season comes, but elsewhere people are playing these games throughout the year. So we don't want to be season players, but we also want to begin to play throughout, so that by the time a particular season is coming, we are fit, we're on form, and we shall do our best. Some of these teams don't have uniforms, like the volleyball teams. They have not got the rightful attire for playing volleyball. Come and listen to us. Let us get for them uniform. What about the footwear, which they also need? Our volleyball court, our basketball court at school is not yet being worked on, but the space is there. All students, can we come back and we put this facility on the ground instead of going up to a road demonstration to go and train on that court that is there?
Emmanuel Olwa, The head coach of basketball at the school similarly highlighted the public on how the participants performed in basketball.
We managed to excel. We were 6 in the group. Our team managed to beat the 4 teams. We only lost 2 games to Nalsonsa girls and then Sensura girls. Also in our team, we have one of the national players. She's called Nyamtoro Gertrude. We are so happy about this. She plays for the national team under 16. We are longing to produce more of our students in the national team.
Okwire of clearance, head coach volleyball at Mbarasine Secondary School says they still have a lot to do to catch up with the other schools from the other parts of the country in volleyball.
We are really behind in terms of what I observed. We have a lot of work to do here at Mbara SS, and generally I think for West Nile, from West Nile it was Mbara SS only boys that went, but with the girls there were Nyangilia also in addition to that.
Alema Brian, an athlete from the school that went to represent the West Nile region in National Athletic Championship, also gave the viewers how things transpired in athletics.
We managed to be in the second position, and then actually in the first position, which was not all that bad. And the participants were very cooperative, and they are all cooperative, and they did their best so that they can also perform well. And then out of them, there was one participant who participated also in 100 meters called Mongolen Deogracias from our public secondary school, who won 100 meters and then 200 meters. So he got gold medal in that. There are a lot of things you achieve from sports, but if only you're determined, you will see yourself in another level. That's why when we do athletics, we don't only see ourselves as representatives of schools here.
Mbarasine Secondary School is one of the few schools in West Nile region known of performing brilliantly in sports, and the only school that has impressed so many sporting activities, and we are the only side from West Nile region that took participants in different sporting activities in the just concluded national ball games for the schools. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, NILE Sports.
Welcome from that story about the just concluded ball games in Soroti about Mbarasine Secondary School. Let's jet international and talk about some of the few transfer stories that are trending here. I can confirm to you, Chelsea still continues to be active in the ongoing summer transfer window. Right now, they are in talks to sign ex-Manchester United attacker Andre Pereira from the team of Fulham. And also away from that, Rangers, a team that is playing in Scottish Premiership, they have rejected some amount of money from a team that is playing in Turkish Super League called Trabzonspor for their captain called James Tavernier, or as you can say, James Tavernier. And Brighton and Hove Albion, they have also rejected something of around £80 million from the team of Napoli, because Napoli, they actually wanted to lure the services of their midfielder, Bill Gilmour. Bill Gilmour actually was a former player for the team of Chelsea before joining them at £7 million. And leaving that one there, lastly, Antonio Conte, of course, is also in talks to sign Dejan Kulusevski from the team of Tottenham Hotspur, because this guy, actually, the player called Dejan Kulusevski, who comes from Sweden, was once a player for the team of Bianconeri's old ladies, that's Juventus, and by then, Antonio Conte was the head coach of that Juventus, and now he wants to reunite with his former player, that's Dejan Kulusevski, and also he worked with him at the team of Tottenham Hotspur before leaving the club. And that one brings us to the close of today's edition of NILE Sports News. Have the best of your weekend, and we'll link up again on Monday for the fresh week. Also, new edition of NILE Sports News.
Thank you, Oraku Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight.